Welcome to Founders Future, a podcast powered by Closers.io, where we dive into the journeys of innovative entrepreneurs and explore the road ahead for them and their companies. I'm your host, Jay Encarnacion, and in each episode, we uncover the stories behind impactful ventures, the challenges faced along the way, and the strategies driving their future growth. Today, we are excited to have David Robertson, Manny Renteria, and Cody Emsay, the founders of Pacific Lead Group. They bring a wealth of experience in lead generation and are here to share how they're transforming the lead gen space with innovative Google and Facebook ad strategies. We'll explore their founding story, how Pacific Lead Group delivers high-quality leads to industries like health insurance and home improvement, and their vision for scaling this fast-growing venture. So let's dive right in. David, Manny, Cody, welcome to Founders Future.
Thank you for having us, Jay.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Absolutely. First question for you guys, and feel free to just jump in and answer however you see fit. But take us back to the beginning here for our listeners. What specific problem did you guys really see in the lead generation landscape that inspired you to start Pacific Lead Group?
We all have a little bit of a different background. Manny and Cody are from this space to begin with. So they're like the veterans of this space. I worked at the railway for 5 years before this. So I had no experience working online, no experience with lead generation, nothing. Just I knew Cody got into it, and then he invited me, and it was a really good fit, actually. So we worked with another group before starting Pacific Lead Group, doing exactly what we do now. And then we realized that we had all the skills necessary to go off on our own and start our own company doing the exact same thing, and without any chains or without anything prohibiting us from scaling as hard as possible. So I guess the thing that made us start Pacific Lead Group to begin with was the need for growth.
Beautiful. So talk to us a little bit about how Pacific Lead Group's offer has evolved thus far in that case. So from what you're providing to who you're serving, how's that changed since you guys first launched?
So we mainly it's called the pay-per-call space. As you can see, like our words in the background, they're from a platform called Ringba. So when we first started, we just did lead generation through forms, collecting info, and then through that way. But then there seemed to be like a huge demand maybe 2 years ago for getting leads onto calls and actually qualifying them on the call. So we were lucky enough to get in that early enough that there wasn't a huge competition when we got in. So it was really good timing for us. And that's kind of, we evolved from forms into pay-per-call. It was awesome.
Beautiful. All right. So obviously, Manny and Cody, for this next one here, I know you guys been in the game for quite some time. So what's a misconception that you've actually heard pretty often when it does come to the lead generation industry, especially around its value to clients or its scalability? What's something there that you guys can address for the listeners?
I would say Cody and I, we both started in the e-com world and we transitioned into the lead space, lead generation. I would say the biggest thing, I guess, if we were to compare it to e-com versus lead gen, is in the e-com world, all customers are equal, right? We need somebody like every purchase is the same, but in the pay-per-call world, not every caller is the same. They need certain characteristics. They need to qualify, meet certain criteria. So it's almost one of those things where quality is probably the most important thing, and we have to put our funnel in a way where we qualify the right people and send the right quality to our buyers. I would say that's kind of like the main thing. Not every click is created equal, and we have to get creative to validate them.
Absolutely. Cody, any input on that?
Yeah, one big misconception we have is we do a lot of filming and we think, oh, this creative is going to explode, and it doesn't work out at all. And we get pretty discouraged from that. And then other content we film, we don't really feel very good about it, and it absolutely takes off and the quality is phenomenal. And yeah, it's just really interesting to see. You never really know what's going to work until you test it out yourself. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And so like when we first started, we would try making or you would think to start making professional style looking ads and like all
Right.
that. But then we found that what really worked for us was like the UGC content. So like content that's more relatable to people viewing it on TikTok and all these new platforms, Instagram, everything like that, as compared to the old media.
Gotcha. Makes
Right.
sense. So with that in mind and seeing really where your main focus is for our listeners here, obviously our listeners really are comprised of founders, entrepreneurs, people really trying to get into this space. So have some really good opportunity for you guys to get some clients through the podcast here. So if one of our listeners decided to work with you guys, walk us through how you're generating revenue today. So what the core offer is, what someone can expect when they come to you, and how is it structured for your clients?
So usually they come to us with, I would say, with their offer. So they would be like, if someone's looking for leads in solar, so they need looking for leads qualified for purchasing solar panels, then usually the way we do it, they would actually have the form to begin with, and then we run traffic to their form, creating ads for their compliance guidelines and what they're looking for.
And that's your main go to offer, is you're working with clients, working on different ways to create ads for them, generate leads for them. And that is the bread and butter for Pacific Lead Group right now.
Yeah, so we're mostly like, it's mostly just media buying and traffic from us. And we're just, Manny is honestly one of the best media buyers in the world. And he shares all that knowledge with everyone on our team. Because I think, how many years experience do you have? You started doing it when you were like in your teens, no?
Media buying specifically, it was 2015, so 10 years now. And the reason for learning media buying is I didn't like working a regular job and
Yeah.
make money
Yeah.
online. Media buying was like, if you want to sell anything, you got to learn how to do marketing, and marketing media buying. They're like the engine to getting sales, especially back then. And then I love data, and I just love diving into data and analytics and everything in between. So I just, over the years, I just mastered that.
Yeah, Manny's the ROI king. He's able to find little things in the ad account to tweak it and get the most ROI out of it.
Most ROI. Yeah.
I love it. I love that. So walk us through a bit. Obviously, this is where you guys excel. So what are you guys seeing is working best for you as a company for client acquisition? I would assume you guys are running a bunch of ads for yourselves, but how do the referrals look, word of mouth? What does that side look like? What works best for you guys right now?
When
Yeah,
we first got started, it was, so we only run primarily on Facebook right now to get traffic coming in. When we first started, it was all just images. We just get random images online. We take images in town. But as things progressed, we slowly got into UGC. And now we have, I don't even know how many actors, 50 plus actors working with us to generate content for us every single day. And it's evolved rapidly.
Jay, you were asking though how we find our clients, right?
Correct. Yeah. How do you guys get client
Yeah.
acquisition?
So mostly it's word
Right.
of mouth.
Word of
it's
mouth, yeah.
Word of mouth. It's a tight knit group in the lead gen space, and we usually go by referrals from friends who've had success. And there's always risk with working in the online space that, hey, is this person going to actually pay, ditch out at the last moment? But we've had really good success. We've never had any issues with that. So it's been mostly word of mouth. We actually don't run ads looking for clients ourselves. It's all been word of mouth. Yeah.
I would definitely love to hear more about that, because obviously I'm speaking to founders every day, and so many founders that I speak to see a lot of success with that. And with the amount of success that you're seeing, is that something that you guys are thinking about when it does come to scaling Pacific Lead Group, is really getting those ads going and really getting a robust client base?
Definitely. That's actually like when we think, okay, how can we expand? That is the way that we were thinking, is like we would have to start doing ads on Facebook and YouTube, and because you can only do so much through word of mouth. But it's been good for us so far. But yeah, we definitely want to expand. And that's how you get like those little businesses that you never would have thought of, is they would just see your ad online, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. So with that being said, obviously it really paints a really good picture of kind of the whole machine you guys have here. So what does the sales process actually look like for you from initial contact with the client to signing them to a deal? So is that something that you guys are handling personally? Do you guys have a sales team, marketing team? What does that look like from the outside perspective of how you guys are handling the day-to-day?
So far it's just been us. So like usually someone will be like, hey, I know someone who needs leads in, let's say, health insurance. Then we'll be like, oh yeah, do you want to connect us? They'll usually connect us either through email, Skype, which is going to be obsolete soon. One of the ways, usually email or something. And then we'll just get on a call with them, do that initial call. Then we'll send out the contracts. And usually within a week, we'll start sending them traffic. And usually the way we do it is we do it like a test amount of traffic. So it'll be like, hey, we'll send you this amount, this number of leads. We'll see how the quality is, what your guys' CPA is on your end, how it looks on our end for performance. And then if it works for everyone, we bump it up and then bump it up. And the nice thing about our group is we're able to scale really fast if needed, just because once you get the capital to do that, then you're able to. That's what prevents a lot of these smaller groups from scaling, is they don't have the capital to do it. Having been in this space for, I guess it's actually not even that long, but having the capital now to do it, we can scale fast with companies too if they need.
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So is there anything specifically that you guys are thinking about or talking about on a day-to-day basis where it comes to a bottleneck for growth that you guys can point to? I don't know whether that be lead generation or converting those leads into clients or delivering campaigns with the current capacity you guys have on the fulfillment side. Is there anything that you can point to on that front?
So the bottleneck for our company mostly comes down to, I would say, creatives, because creatives are the fuel for all the media buyers on our team. And I feel like all of them are skilled enough that they can scale as long as they have a creative that works. We're coming out with a new process for our company to pump out creatives at a faster pace and hopefully winning creatives. But that's been the bottleneck. And the way we've been working at solving that in 2025 is we've divided the guys on our team into, instead of one big team all collaborating, into mini teams. So it'll be like a mini team with, they have their creative director, their editor, their media buyer, their tech guy. And then the three of us will all join the calls with those teams, and each team kind of collaborates together every single day. And then on Fridays, we come together as a big group and bring what we've learned to that big call on Fridays. But we've already seen improvement just by doing that, cutting it from a big group into smaller groups. We've seen improvement. And then some other unorthodox ways is we started a health and fitness challenge in our company. And I've actually lost almost 50 pounds since the start of the year.
Impressive. Wow, since the start of the year, it's only been not even 4 months.
Yeah. And a lot of the guys in our group have done the same. We've just, with the smaller teams, we've been able to be more accountable to each other in our outside lives too for health and fitness. And so I guess we've really focused on teamwork and health. And then through that, we've been seeing success. Guys are more productive. Guys are more creative. It's been really good for us.
That is awesome. That front. So I would definitely love to hear from each of you on this front, right? I know that you guys are working in cohesion here, but what are your top priorities for really growing Pacific Lead Group over the next 6 to 12 months, whether that be specific revenue targets, impact goals? What are you guys really laser focused on for the next year here?
Do you want to go first, Cody or Manny?
Yeah. I guess it's almost like we divide and conquer in a way. So I guess like from my side, it's like, how do I find the best media buyers and how do I train them so they can have the right knowledge and resources and the tools, and get them a creative director, editors, and all of that, and just having a team of the best media buyers that I can get my hands on. So that would be the performance side. And then Cody and David, they would be more focused on finding more clients and all of that end. So we'll like divide and conquer and tackle things from different angles. So.
For me, I feel like we need to focus on automating our onboarding process, because we're at a point right now. Right now, we track all of our spend and revenue, because most of our guys are on a profit share. Some guys are on salary, but most guys make their money off performance based. So we use Google Sheets, and they manually input their spend and their revenue. And it's literally broke our Google Sheet. Like, it takes 10 minutes to load the main account with 50 other sheets connected to it. So we're moving to, what's that called, David, that we're using now? Airtable?
Yeah, we've been using Airtable now, and then we've been setting up automation within that there's another site, make.com, that's really helpful. And then we've been using it integrated into Software. But yeah, what Cody was saying, with the onboarding, that lets us scale how big we are as a company internally too. Because then the onboarding process is totally automated. Then it's just, you can bring way more guys on. It's smoother because it's definitely bottlenecks there too when you have to train each guy individually. But if you have all the onboarding process totally automated, then you can just hire way faster. And all these new tools that come out from AI, it's pretty crazy how easy it is to automate things.
Yeah, no, I mean, it truly is. It's been night and day with how fast it's moving now, especially 2025. Like I feel every day there's just another significantly more advanced AI comes out. And I'm like, we can't even catch up to last week. Yeah, no, I mean, it's amazing. And I'm talking to founders every day that are really pushing AI into their businesses and utilizing it. And it's just such a game changer for taking your business to the next level. So I love hearing that you guys are implementing it and doing the same things here. So on that same front, guys, talk to me a little bit about a hypothetical situation here. If we were able to snap our fingers and provide you guys with unlimited resources for Pacific Lead Group, what is something that you would think to implement immediately for growth?
Ooh. Hire more tech guys for sure.
Yeah, tech guys or AI that can do exactly what we ask it.
Yes.
Because that's actually a big challenge for us. So yeah, we use all these different AI tools, Vercel, ChatGPT, and you have to be very descriptive of what you want. Like it spits it out. Say we're creating a landing page, it'll spit it out within 30 seconds, but there'll be bugs in it, errors in it. So you're spending hours refining it over and over again. So if we could get one that actually does exactly what you're asking and nothing's broken, that'd be amazing.
Yeah, I think I would hire tech guys and then get them automating like everything.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I love it. In your point of view, guys, what do you see as far as the evolution of the lead generation industry as a whole? And what is your main focus really to keep yourself on the forefront of that evolution?
It's definitely heading towards automation for sure. Because like even with the pay per call now, there's AI agents that can answer the calls. Like so call centers, sometimes it's AI agents at those call centers, and they can qualify the caller with the questions, and you wouldn't even be able to tell the difference. It's actually pretty mind-blowing.
Yeah.
And I'm sure I swear I've seen some features in Facebook now where they have their automated media buying or whatever, or at least that's what they're working towards. Yeah. And
wow.
It's pretty crazy. Yeah. So
I never heard of that.
Yeah. It's just definitely keeping your knowledge up with the new things and keeping up with the new things like that. That's super key to being ahead of the curve.
Absolutely. So with that, guys, I want to take us into a bit of a lightning round here for our listeners. Just a quick couple questions to really just provide a bit more insight. And this first one here is something I really am intrigued to know, because obviously things are working so well for you. So what is one tool or resource that you guys are currently utilizing, whether that be a marketing strategy or an ad optimization technique, something that's just been a game changer thus far for Pacific Lead Group?
Something that's been a game changer over the last few months is, it was probably around October, a friend phoned us up and he was telling us about AI agents and stuff. And then we didn't even start using, we haven't done it to the degree he did. It's pretty crazy what he was doing. But we started using then some of the apps that he was using, like Vercel and Claude and stuff. And we used to spend, it would probably take 1 to 7 days to make a website. And now you can, like Cody said, you can pop one out in 30 seconds and you can have a completed version within maybe 1 to 2 hours. It's really sped up the time for getting websites up for us.
It lowered costs a lot too. We used to pay a guy, it was like $2,000 for our landing pages to the same caliber that we have now. But Vercel costs what, $30 a month. So it really lowers your costs. So you don't need to really necessarily hire a developer to build you a website anymore. You can just get an AI tool to do exactly what you're asking. But like I said, there's still a little bit of bugs here and there, depending how complex you want it to be. But for the most part, it's very nice.
That is incredible. And then just last question here for each of you guys. We'll love an answer from each of you on this one. And that's just, what's a piece of advice that you can offer? Obviously, again, you guys are seeing so much success. Now, clear as day that you're passionate about what you're doing. You work very hard to have gotten to where you are. And it's clear as day that you're going to continue to see that success. So what's some advice that you can offer to the listeners right now, whether founders, entrepreneurs, either just getting started in business or in it and really looking just for some helpful tips? What's something that you can offer them before we wrap up?
I think for me, the most important thing is mindset and positivity. And I feel like that honestly is the biggest thing. That's the biggest thing I've seen each guy in our company too that really has success is it's always the guys with positive attitude, optimism. And I mean that with any obstacle that comes up, they don't see it as an obstacle. They see it as, I guess, a place where they can grow, and they don't look at the problem, they look for the solutions. And I think that's huge. And never giving up either, because I was close to giving up when I first started doing this. And then literally the day I was ready to give up, I'd been doing it for 2 or 3 months without seeing any profit. I was pretty red. I was in debt. And then that next day, things started going really well. So if I had given up, I would have given up at the absolute worst point, and I didn't. And then huge success came after that. So
I love it. How about you, Cody, Manny? A piece of advice that you can offer for our listeners before we wrap up.
Okay. Go ahead, man, if you have something.
Yeah, similar to what David said, it's like no matter how good you are at anything, a bad attitude will always hold you back. So just staying positive is probably the most important thing, but also just being around the right people. I think I always see business almost like marriage. It's like you only gotta get it right once with your business partners. And I feel like us three, we get along really well for as long as we've been doing. I don't even think we've had an argument or something between us three. But that also ties back down to the team, right? Everybody on the team. There's not like tension between anyone. We're always like they're just willing to collaborate and share their ideas and strategies, and just having that relationship among us and among the team is really what helps keep things moving forward. So
Yeah, everybody in Pacific League Group I consider everybody family. Like anybody who gets employed, I have a really hard time letting them go if we need. I always want everybody on the team to win. So yeah, I agree with both Manny and David. The biggest piece of advice would be mindset. That's everything in this game, because entrepreneurship, buying media online, making creatives, and constantly hitting failures, and it's really easy to give up. So you really need a strong family, strong team behind you. It makes life 1,000 times easier. Because back in the day when I did drop shipping, it was just a one-man shop. I did everything. I had friends who did it, like Manny did it, and I had a couple other friends who did it, but there wasn't really any support in the downtimes. Everybody has ups and downs, and the downtimes can really kill you if you don't have a good support network behind you, because everybody has the ups and downs, right?
Love it. I love it. With that right there, that is going to wrap up another inspiring episode here of Founders Future. I just want to thank you guys again, David, Manny, Cody. Just an incredible journey so far. I love the dynamic that you guys bring. It's clear as day and shows through the conversation what you guys share, and obviously bringing us in and our listeners into your insights today and what you guys are achieving and accomplishing. I know I'm going to keep up with you guys and see how far you take this thing. So again, thank you so much for joining us today. To our listeners, if you did enjoy this episode, don't forget to subscribe to Founders Future wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts. You can also find more resources and insights at closers.io, where we're dedicated to helping businesses accelerate their growth through trained appointment setters and world-class marketing systems. Until then, keep climbing, and we'll see you on the next one.